What's up guys, Cass here from GiveWave Studios, and on this one I'm going to show you guys how I turned this inflatable beanbag chair that you see here into this awesome life-size Korok backpack. Super comical and game accurate, and also functional. You can sit down, wave your hands in the air like you just don't care, and wait for your hero to happen by so he can either help you find your friend, strap you to a rocket, whichever comes first. Let's get it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is mask off the bottom of our chair so that we can paint that area brown. Now the chair linked in the description has a flat surface, so it's going to be kind of hard getting that paint into that type of surface. But if you push it in there, start with a wet brush and then finish very, very light, like with almost no paint left on the brush, you should be able to get it in there and still maintain the softness of the flocking. Now, the back of the material actually takes the paint very well, the PVC, so you won't have any issues with that there. Here what I'm doing is marking off the areas where I know I'm going to have Velcro, and I'm just continuing to paint with the same type of house paint. This tan one that I'm using is from Valspar, and the brown one that I used was from Sherwin-Williams. So as long as you get house paint, it has good flexibility to it, and it'll adhere really well to the chair. And you can get that at like your local Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, and with all that done, we're going to use some E6000 and some Velcro on all of our parts. What I did is I put the soft Velcro on the chair itself, and then I used the hard Velcro on my covers that you guys will see later. And here I'm just using a foam brush to add a simulated stitching around the brown part that we painted earlier. And with all of our parts painted, this is where we're going to put our Velcro for the bottom of the backpack strap. This area here is going to be for the top cover. This side piece is going to be for the lantern or the cup. This top piece, we want this to be your longest piece. That's going to be for the top of the backpack strap. And again, this would be the other side of the top cover, and this is the other side of the either lantern or cup, depending on which side you want to put it on. And then for the back here, this is going to be for that little fake pocket, and then these back areas is going to be for the back of the top cover. Alright, now let's talk about all of the straps that we're going to be using. So these guys that you see here are going to be for our actual shoulder straps. That's what actually keeps the backpack on us. I made mine out of nylon. You can stitch yours or do whatever, but just make sure that they're nice and strong. The second set that you see here, these are thin little bands that go around the sleeping bag. It's just like a little decorative piece. And then we have the hanging leather straps that belong on the pocket and on the big top cover. Speaking of which, this is the 26 by 48 top cover that I just mentioned earlier, and this is the 11.5 by 7.25 back pocket that's going to have the air intake in the back of the chair. And so for the sleeping bag aspect, as you can see, this EVA foam piece has a little spiral on it, and that's where we're going to go ahead and tuck in our excess fabric from the half of our sleeve. You have a long pillowcase sleeve that fits the entirety of the inflatable tube, and then you have a shorter sleeve that you put on the end cap that goes about halfway through. That's going to get hidden by the flap anyways. And now that everything's all done, we're just going to go ahead and attach our straps first. After that, we're going to go ahead and put on our cover. We're going to install our sleeping bag kind of like in the middle of the top there, and then use the tension of the stretch fabric to kind of hold it in place. There's really no Velcro holding that in place. It's just the top cover fabric. And once that is secured, go ahead and turn it over, place our little cute pocket on the back, and that's basically it. We're done with that. Okay, so this is what a tear down looks like. So this is the cover that holds the sleeping bag. Then ignore these. These didn't work out, so putting your receiving Velcro on the part that is painted is much better and is less likely to just kind of like separate from you. The lower you have it, the better. This is another receiving end on the top here. Those are the straps. And then these here are the Velcros that receive the cover left and right. Here. And then we have the Velcro on the left side for the lantern. It's further reinforced up here with some more Velcro, just in case it separates from the Velcro on the side. It doesn't fall to the ground. And same thing for the cup. The cup is super light. I ended up making it out of EVA foam instead of using an actual cup. But same concept. It is attached at the top and onto the sides. The lanterns are available at GiveWaveStudios.com. Backside, which has this little strap on it. Again, attached here with Velcro. I made sure that the cover overlaps the hole where the air goes in. It's just EVA foam skinned with the same fabric that I use for the top cover, with some leather accessories, 3D printed accessories, and Velcro to attach it. You will notice that where the air holes are, I didn't paint over that because that's an area that's going to be used a lot. But I also made sure that because it's unpainted, that it does get covered with the straps in there. And that's basically it for the placement of the Velcro. As far as the sleeping bag is concerned, this is basically a giant pillowcase for the inflatable tube. And so all this is one of the sleeves is super long and goes the entirety of the tube. So this is the pillowcase aspect, and there's just a slip here, and that's where the inflatable goes in. All right, and then that just kind of gets rolled onto itself, and then this sleeve gets put on the other side, and then the seam gets hidden underneath the flap. So what this is it's just Cinnabon looking thing, which is basically just a circular piece of EVA foam with a spiral glued onto it that kind of like tapers from thin to really large. Now what we're going to do is stick that into our sleeve at about halfway through, and then we're just going to start stuffing this in place. And you want to start from your outer edge first. Okay, and there we have it. And now we can just slide this back onto our piece, and the process is complete. Make your sleeve in accordance with whatever tube that you have going on. I'll have links in the descriptions to where I found all of these things. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as like the breakdown's concerned. It's been Cass from GiveWave Studios, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.